screen reminding me. And even then it's,
Even then I forget to.
yeah,
All
exactly.
right, we're recording.
Okay, good. All right. And I see some people are sharing their contact information in the chat. Feel free to do that. Absolutely. So we are Belinda and I are talking about a different type of member directory than what we had before, which was an administrative nightmare and was not well used. So we are going to figure out another solution so we can have a member directory that you can all tap into. But we don't for now. So if you share your information, that's fantastic. And also be as active as you want to be in the Facebook group, because all of the members are in there too. Okay, so our favorite things. You're each going to get, let's see, how many are we? We're 19. Oh, we have plenty of time. A minute, really no more than 2 minutes of what your favorite thing is. Oh,
Okay, and why don't I do a timer?
yeah, that's a good idea if you could do that.
Okay.
So I will
say a minute. You said a minute.
A minute and a half, but no,
Okay.
really no more than that, because otherwise we'll go a little too long. So I want to share my favorite thing is a writing tablet called Remarkable. And somebody's gasping. Okay. So it's got, I bought it specifically to take notes from my clients' sessions. And what I love about it is I can take digital notes. It keeps them all. I can save them as PDFs. I can email them to myself. They're backed up to the cloud. It feels really good. The surface feels really good. You can have all sorts of pen effects. And it's helping me fulfill my, one of my goals this year was to go digital with my files instead of filling up the file cabinets you see in back of me. So I absolutely love it. And what I love about it is that it's really all about writing and sharing your writing, and maybe you can mark up PDFs as well, but it doesn't have anything else to distract you. So it's not like an iPad or a Kindle where you can do all this other stuff. So this is my new favorite thing, and I'm a huge fan of it. So there you go. That's mine.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to go next, and people can share.
Oh wait, could I ask a quick question?
Oh, sure.
Does it transcribe your handwriting into text?
Yes, that's a great question, Karen. It will learn your handwriting, and it'll transcribe it to text if you want.
Wow.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called Remarkable. I'm going to put the link into the chat, and we'll also include it in the notes. So let me find a.
All right, that's time. I have to turn the timer up so people can hear. Okay. All right, I'll put my own timer on. All right, so I'm going to share my screen because I think it'll be easier to see. And it's funny because Lisa and I did not talk about this ahead of time, but we're sharing something very similar. So this is called the Rocket Book, right? Rocket Girl needs a Rocket Book, and it's similar in that you can write on the surface. It feels like Lisa said. I haven't felt her book, but mine feels good too, and it's not tactical, not what is it like when you're using your fingers? How it feels? Is it tactile? Tactile. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good in that way. I'm very picky about my pens, and so that was a concern. And it has an app, and you can snap a picture of it, and you can send it to different locations based on where you want it to go. So you can send it to Trello or email, or I have mine connected to Evernote. You can tell it which notebook to put in. And it does have character recognition as well. And the reason I got it, a lot of people told me it was cool, but the other reason is my daughter is a environmental science major, and I just waste paper. And so this way, what you do is you make your list, and then it comes with a little cloth, and you squirt it with water, and it comes off. And the pen I really like. It's like a roller ball, which is what I like to use.
So that's digital, Belinda?
Yeah. So it's an actual notebook, and then what happens is you write on it with a special pen, and then you can take a picture of it, and it scans it.
Okay.
And then that goes. You can email it to yourself or to whoever you want. How it's hard to show, and they don't have it on here, but there's little symbols down at the bottom, and there's a QR code. And so what happens is you set up your destinations, and each destination has an icon, and you just mark that icon, and then it knows where to go.
That's very cool.
It comes in 3 sizes. Yeah, I just gave a whole bunch of people this as a gift, and they're loving
Well, maybe if you had given me one, I wouldn't have bought the Remarkable.
it.
Anyway, yeah, so that's so funny that we came up with the same.
I know, we found out like 5 minutes before.
Yeah. Okay, let's just, I'll just go in order because I'll go in the order that I see you. Trudy, would you like to share your favorite thing?
I would, yes. We've all been doing a lot of cooking during this period, right? And so I wanted to share something about food, because food has become a very important part of our life. And I am very excited with this recent discovery I made, which is a company called Our Harvest. That's the word O-U-R, Harvest. And they deliver locally sourced food directly to your home for a nominal fee of $7. And what they're doing is it's a curated selection of produce as well as pantry items, meats, dairies from farmers in this, basically the metro, up New York State, Connecticut. And it's harvested fresh at its peak. The way I came about onto this is that I am a mushroom lover, and I am a member of a CSA through the Darien Library. And I've been getting the most amazing mushrooms, from shiitakes to portobello to oyster mushrooms. And in the winter, I couldn't figure out where can I get these? So I went on to Bullich Farm's website, and I saw that they deliver and that they work through Our Harvest. And so I stumbled across this through the mushrooms. And I just wanted to share with you, if anyone who likes mushrooms, this is like the most amazing shiitake mushroom. Look how big these guys are. They're big, meaty. And I'm not a vegetarian, but I don't cook a lot of produce, of meat. We do chicken and fish. But the thing about the mushrooms is that they have this nice meaty texture, and so it gives you the feel like you're biting into a piece of chicken or something. So right now they're delivering to Greenwich, Stamford, Darien, and Rowayton. They're going to start delivering to New Canaan and to other towns. If you go to Our Harvest, all you need to do is just put in your zip code, and they'll let you know if they're delivering to that area. And if not, as soon as they do, they'll notify you if you put in your email. And for us, they come every Tuesday from 3 to 5, and it's wonderful. I'm getting kale, I'm getting Swiss chard, broccoli rabe, and it's just all spinach, eggs, cheese, butter. So anyway, I want to pass that on to you guys because it's a really exciting source.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you.
Perfect thing to talk about at lunchtime.
Yeah, of course. And since we're all cooking so much, right?
Yep, exactly. Thank you. Okay, Susan Vogel, do you want to share what you have? Oh, you're muted.
Thought I was sorry. Nothing that exciting. I'm really excited about the Remarkable. I have a small version of that, but I found it was too little. The one thing that I use all the time, and I'm sure lots of people have a version of this, is an appointment app. I use Appointlet, but it saves so much time with the back and forth, with clients, and, can you do Tuesday? No, I can't do Tuesday. How about Wednesday? And so, you can put it in your website or wherever you need to put it. And I know a lot of people do that, but to me, that's been like a huge time saver. In addition to a gizmo like what you guys are talking about that takes those notes and puts them someplace where you can organize them. So small one.
Can you say the name of it again?
Appointlet.
Appointlet. Okay.
So you can
okay.
Yeah, so you can have different kinds of appointments and call them different things. So you can have 30 minutes for networking. You can have a 1-hour consultation. You can call it what you want. You can set different time limits to it. And then each one has a link. So you can give it out as you need to, or, like you said, you can put it on social media or whatever. But you can block off time too if you don't want to take meetings during certain times.
And this is something that you can put on your website, so you can say, schedule complimentary consultation, and boy, you go right to Appointlet.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Susan, can you put that in the chat?
Sure.
Awesome.
Great. I've got it added to the list. Okay. Yes. It sounds super duper handy. Scarlett, What pearls of
wanna do it.
wisdom? How can you top last time?
I can't. I don't want to
Yeah,
do it. I'm
really.
really upset right now. Okay. I
Okay.
bought all these because I thought this would be the answer. And instead I looked like I was a serial killer with all the pictures up on the wall. So I got the friggin' Rocket Book,
Oh,
which has saved me because I don't have all those stupid yellow sticky notes everywhere. But I can't impress you this year.
I'm sorry. That's because now we're like separated at birth, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
impress us every day.
but I do have something else. The thing called sendspark.com. They have a special on AppSumo. I think it's like $40 for lifetime, and I can make videos and embed them in my emails and do, like I think I sent one to Lisa and maybe Belinda, I don't know. And so it's like a little message. So I could do a message or give some tips or whatever, but it doesn't take up all, how, if you make a video and you got to put in the email and it doesn't go because of all the size of it. This one, but do it on sendspark.com, do the
Mhm.
email, off it goes. It's easy and I love it.
Okay. And I really did love that email. Was really great to see the video. It was so easy for me as the recipient to be able to, just click on it and see it. So that's great.
It's all fast, so thank you. Oh my God.
Yay.
All right, thank you. Let's see. I'm typing and looking at the same time. Lynn Marino, what's your favorite thing?
Okay, so I did a couple of different things, and some of these I think might be enterprise related, but I'm sure that there are, maybe somebody can weigh in. I'm a huge dictation person, so after I have a meeting, I call into this tool called Copy Talk, and they actually have real live people who translate everything and send it to myself and my assistant and my two assistants and my partner, so that we all are on the same page. And I love it because I can talk way faster than I can type. I also love my purple shampoo. Not all of you need that, but there are all kinds of purple shampoo out there, but the really old-fashioned one called Shimmering Lights that you can buy in Walgreens or CVS is the one I love the best because it's the darkest purple.
does it make your hair purple?
No.
What does
Does
it
my
do?
hair look purple?
No.
No.
Why is it called purple shampoo?
Well, it is really dark purple, but it keeps gray and blonde hair, just shiny and the right color.
And
Okay.
not brassy.
Not
Yeah.
brassy.
Thank you, Scarlett. Not brassy.
Timer.
What was the other
Oh.
thing?
Great, thank you. I've got them both on the list.
And then, as I always did on the last one, I'm in love with my Calm app, CALM. And I know it's been around forever, but I swear by a 10-minute, morning meditation every day. And I believe it's made a huge, huge difference. So now I'm a lifetime member, which cost me $159.
Great. Okay. Lots of awesome stuff, Lynn. Thank you. Thank you. Gina, what have you got for us?
I have got, it's a little bit of a twofer. It's something called Ilovepdf.com. It's a website you can go to free. And I use it. I sometimes work with PDFs that are really large size files. And if you're combining them, it becomes a really large file. So you can drag it in and compress it down to a more manageable size. You can also convert a PDF into Word, Excel. There's some other things. And then they also have a site called I Love IMG, and that's for photos. And I use it usually to convert like PNG files or TIFF files into a JPEG. You can add watermarks, you can compress them, you can resize them. You can also, I think, edit them, but I don't do that. But just with working with different file types and sizes for what I do, it's really helpful and I use it almost daily.
Fantastic. Okay, they are on the list. I love that. No pun intended, but I love that the titles have the word love in them. Makes you immediately think, okay, this is going to be good. Yeah, good. Thank you. Pam Toner, what would you like to share?
I don't have anything to share. I'm an old dinosaur and I can't seem to find new tricks that I stick with.
So, well, let me ask you, I see a lot of books behind you. Do you have a favorite book that you want to share?
Ugh, I don't know. The latest book that I just finished that I found so impressive, and the people that were my breakout groups will appreciate it. The Greatest Salesman in the World. I read it a long time ago and didn't appreciate it, and I just reread it because it's all about being a good human being. I was like, oh, missed that message a couple of years ago. And so, and that's my new thing, and my business is soaring because I'm just being true to who I am and focusing on people, and it seems to work. So
Fantastic. And, you know, sometimes those things just wait to land.
yeah, back to basics.
So was it the greatest salesman in the world or the greatest salesperson in the world? I want to make sure.
Greatest salesman in the world.
Okay.
Og Mandino. It's a little tiny book, and now I'm reading it going, oh, wow, it really makes sense.
Yeah, I have books that I have read before and they meant nothing to me. And then someone will suggest and I'll say, oh, that sounds like a great book. And I'll start to read it and think, I have another copy of this book buried under.
Right. And all these podcasts that keep mentioning this book. And I was like, yeah, I read it. It meant nothing. So I finally picked it up again. I was like, oh, wow. I can't believe I missed this message.
Sometimes we need to be a little bit older to learn something.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're ready to receive.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Jane, what have you got for us? And did you share your screen?
I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. This is called Loom. And what it is, I have a guy, I use an app called YNAB, You Need a Budget. And when I don't understand something, he told me about this where I do a video. It sounds a little bit like what I think Scarlett said about embedding, but I'll show you a few seconds of it. Okay, so there, every dollar is budgeted. So my questions are, I paid you yesterday to the $225. It's showing up here. Anyhow, so you get the idea of it. So I can actually, in the app that I want to talk about, I can go to the screen and talk about it and point with my arrow, and then he comes back with his video responding to everything. So so it's called loom.com, and you can use it on any website, you know, anything you want to talk about, kind of what Scarlett explained something, and it's free.
Yep, love it. Love it. It's on the list. Yeah, that's really great. It seems like it makes communication very simple instead of
rather than when you know where that doohickey is on the left, you know, it's like there I am pointing to it and the specific thing, and he's, you know, his responses are like 15 seconds, you know, because it's so clear.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah, I use that with clients all the time because I'm trying to show them something.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just easier.
But Jane, the place where you got this guy from, that sounds like a resource I want to know about.
Yeah, so so I use this app. It's You Need a Budget. Lynn, you're nodding your head. Anyhow, he offered tutorials on the thing, and then I hired him privately, and he, like, you know, he'll answer my questions. I'll have a session with him, and then I can follow up, you know, 1,000,000 times, and he'll always answer, which is great. So YNAB, YNAB.
Wow.
And it's something like $80 a year, and you know, it's, to me, it's better than QuickBooks Online, where I was paying $75 a month.
Okay.
It'll do all the reports you need and everything.
Okay, good. It's on the list. Double header. Thank you. All right. Everybody's moved around now. So if I will now go to BJ Flag.
So I love my iPad Pro. And what I do is I illustrate. So I use Adobe Draw, and it has all these layers as I'm drawing. So I can take stuff out, put it back in, but I also can do levels of, where I can show variations and close a layer, open a layer, and show clients. The best part is the pictures go into Adobe Illustrator and they are all vectorized. So I can illustrate it here and it can become a gigantic poster. And in my business, that is like the best thing ever. I also work with the Apple Pencil, but it has like a special tip on it that makes you feel like you're writing on paper. So it has more control and you're able to really do some amazing things with it. But I can bring this into a client meeting and someone will say, but what's that going to look like? And I could just do a quick sketch and hold it up and say, like this is how it would be. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what I want it to look like. So it has both capabilities, and I love it for that reason.
That's great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And the timer agrees. Thank you, Beason. Karen Payson, how about you?
Hi there, and I would say it is this app, Zoom. I have had to convert everything I do in training and development to online learning. And while I was in corporate, I used Adobe Connect extensively, and it has a huge price tag, but corporate could pay for that. And then when COVID happened, Zoom became popular. So then I started to use it and design, not on it, design outside of it, but then you really utilize the application for using chats of, as it really aids the training, using the poll feature, seamlessly going back and forth with, I do Google presentations, but whatever presentation, whether it's PowerPoint or Apple presentation I now can go back and forth very quickly, embedded videos. So now a lot of different engagement techniques, if you will, perhaps more than the classroom has. I'm not sure I'm going to want to go back. So it's been a huge value to me getting to know it. I've had a lot of fun getting to know it too. So I do volunteer type things I'm doing with volunteers, they're training on it, as well as with my professional. Also, since you brought up an app, I always love free, since I teach meditation, I always love free meditation stuff. So Insight Timer was always good, but I have fallen in love with 10% Happier. And that is Dan Harris. And if you haven't read his book and you're kind of shy about meditation, 10% Happier is his original book. He's fantastic writer, humorous. It will just get you into it. And his app is the same way. He also has a podcast, but he's very real. Like, yeah, I know this is all fluffy kind of, so anyhow, his app is great because it has a lot of different little mini courses. You can dive in a little bit. And I finally relinquished and said, okay, I'll pay the annual fee. And he also has some 21-day challenges, which are free. So
great. I love that book. He is so funny and really makes meditation, it seems more accessible to somebody who is resisting it. So.
Completely. Yeah. I think he has another one coming out, 10% Nicer, or he may have already put it out. So
what was that again?
His name's Dan Harris, Harris. And yeah, and you can sample his 10% Happier app. You don't have to buy it. But just listening to him do an interview is great. I mean, he's a correspondent, he's a network professional. So
great, thank you. Thank you. Renee, what have you got for us?
So mine has to do with Google. I use G Suite for my work email. And so two things, Google that I learned about a few months ago, but there's Google Task. So when you make an appointment in your calendar, instead of creating like like, so if for a reminder, I would just like put in like a 5-minute meeting or like a 0-minute meeting, like to remind myself to do something. But when you create the calendar event, you can create it as a task instead of an event. And then you have a task list and you'll still get a reminder. You can set it either for the day or for a specific time and it'll pop up as a reminder. And then when you're done, you click that you're done and it crosses it off the list, which is very satisfying for me. The other thing is Google Keep. It's kind of like a catch-all for anything you want. I typically have, I don't know, 50 tabs open in my browser at any given moment. And so with Google Keep, I can just like copy the link and save it in Keep until I have time to go back to it. Also with my travel business, a lot of times there are articles that I see that are great ideas for like a future social media post or to write about in my newsletter. So I can make a note of it in Google Keep. I also have like my branding color codes there and just like stuff that takes a what, like it's normally like, where do I have that? And it's written down somewhere or it's somewhere on a file, like it's in Google Keep. And there's little widgets that you can add. So you can expand it right next to your email. So it's like on the same screen, makes it easy to find stuff. So that's what I got.
That's awesome.
I need both of those things. Thank you very much. I definitely need that. And I'm getting into G Suite too and using more functionality. So I appreciate those suggestions. Very cool. Okay, Helen, what have you got?
Well, my favorite is similar to the avoiding the appointment back and forth, but it's avoiding the contract back and forth and the initial payment. And I implement an order form and initial payment integrated with Wufoo, WUFOO. And it's just saved so much time from new customers who want to go ahead. And also the really nice thing is when you're out on an appointment, sometimes you get an order when you're on a completely different appointment. And it's a real thrill because someone's just decided they want to do business with you and they've decided and sent their order in for it. So you get the payment and everything all sorted out and it's easy for them, it's easy for you. So I do like that a lot.
I'm so curious about, do you know where their name came from?
I have no idea, no, but they're really, it's kind of cool because it's very user friendly. You know, I'm not a great tech fan. I don't like learning new tech. So with Wufoo, it's like very user friendly and super fun. And, it's sort of like talking you along going, you've done an awesome job when you set it up and all sorts of crazy stuff. It's encouraging to use it and it's kind of nice. I like it.
Oh, that's great. Yep, I can see it. It's a very, there are a lot of dinosaurs on the website for some reason, but they look very friendly and like they're going to help me. So that's fantastic. Great, thank you. So everybody moved around, so forgive me. Karen, did you go yet? Okay, can you go next?
You're muted.
Okay. So I had a problem in that I was always misplacing 4 things: my keys, my phone, my sunglasses, and my AirPods, which I can't live without. And, not lost, but just somewhere in the house that I didn't know where they were. And my daughter for Hanukkah got me Tile, which is this, it could be a little disc or a little fob that you can put on your keychain. And there's an app that goes with it. And through your phone, you can say, where is my AirPod case? And then it'll ring somewhere in the house, you'll hear it. And if you lose your phone, you can actually if you can find one of the 4 things, you can press the button and your phone will ring, even if it's on silent. So it's helped me so many times that I can't even imagine now, hunting for these things myself. Tile helps me. So I love it.
Can you put it in a wallet?
So it's pretty dimensional. I guess you can put it in a wallet, but it's bulky. These stick on, and then there's also ones with little holes so you can like put it through a key ring. but it is a little bulky for a wallet.
Yeah, my sister has one on here.
As well?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Does it find your sunglasses, Karen, or did I miss
So my
something?
sunglasses, I put it in the case, which sometimes doesn't really help because I find my case, but the sunglasses aren't in them. But yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's too big to put on an actual pair of glasses.
So I'm on the website. They have beautiful prints too, like really, really nice things that I bet would help you find. They're so bright. I bet that alone could help you find them too.
Oh, I've never been on the website since it was a gift. I didn't even know it came in anything but black. Okay.
Oh yeah, really gorgeous stuff. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah.
I might get that for my husband because I'm a little tired of helping him out the door in the morning. Just a little tired of it.
That's why I asked. My husband has been misplacing his wallet for 35 years or 33 years, whatever it is. And it's like, when is this going to end? You know, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Okay. All right. Thanks, Karen.
Sure.
And I think
you guys, hold on, because I can't resist. They have a tile, a sleek finder. It's $29. It's like a credit card. Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Job done.
so you could put that in a wallet.
In the chat. Yeah, I did, because I had one of those a really long time ago, and I thought they've got to have more stuff now. Hold on, here's the link.
Belinda and Lisa, can somebody ever come and teach us how to use Google more? Like, I guess it's G Suite.
I could do that. I've done presentations on that.
Oh, you know, like what Renee was saying, I'd love to be able to, you know, I'm beginning to use it more, but I still forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that too. That's a great idea.
Okay.
I'm supposed to talk about something else. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Yeah, Belinda's scheduled to be our speaker in May. So, and I also don't remember what we love the idea. So maybe it'll be G Suite. So we'll take a look. Thank you. Last but not least, Sue, what is your favorite thing?
Hey, well, you guys have, you know, you're much more established businesses than I am. So I'm really writing everything down and learning from you guys. So I don't have a lot to contribute. I do have my Rocket book. So mine is an orange. So I got that one. And I love it as well. The only thing, my favorite app is Audible, because I tend not to be able to just sit down and read a book. And whenever I look for a book, like I have from my morning meetings and now, I have about 6 books written down. And usually my first go-to is I go to Audible. And I listen to books on Audible. So I love doing that. And I go back and forth between, you know, left brain, right brain. So sometimes I read like, you know, trashy books like, you know, there was this one actually that was really good. Punjabi Widows. You probably know it, Lisa, you're a big reader. Erotic stories of Punjabi widows. So that,
I have not heard of that.
Totally right brain. It has nothing to do with business, but quite entertaining. And, you know, and then at other times I go to the left brain and go, all right, you know, let me listen to books about building my business or branding or value prop or something like that, sales skills, things like that. So, yeah, so that's the only thing I have to add to everything else that I wrote down from you guys. So tremendously helpful. Thank you, everyone.
I have an Audible question. Do you, so do you pay a monthly fee, like $14.99 or something?
You know, I do. I pay $15.95, and you could, but they give you 1 credit, which is good for 1 book, but then they also have so many other free offers that they make that it's like you could always be getting things, but be careful with it. Because let's say like 5 months from now, you still have 5 credits you haven't used. You can't just cancel, because if you cancel, you lose all your credits. So
got it.
if you want to cancel, make sure you download all the books you want, go down to 0 and then cancel. So that's the only thing. So now I have 5 credits left, and I'm, you know, I'm conflicted because I have to either use them or I lose everything. So
Gotcha.
Sue, I have a question about your Audible thing. I used to love it when I was driving, but I don't drive like I used to. So are you like listening and working at the same time, or just like sitting at?
No, I can't multitask like that. That'll totally trip me up. I use it, you know, I'm a single mom and my son is a teenager and he just doesn't want to be with me anymore. So I use it for when I'm cooking, you know, sometimes when I'm taking a shower in the morning, putting on makeup, getting dressed. So depending on how good the book is, I either listen to it all the time or I go back and forth. So yeah, I do stuff around the house.
Okay.
I use it when I'm going on walks.
Oh yeah, that too.
That's
that
what I
too.
do.
Yep.
Great. So great suggestion, Sue. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm just gonna say maybe for another session, we could all go through our favorite books.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sounds like a good theme. Okay. So before we wrap up, I want to let you know what we have coming up next month. Sorry, that word escaped me. April 15th is our next meeting, and we're going to have April Pertwee. So remember, she was scheduled in February, but she lives in Texas, hard hit by the storms, doing much better. So she's going to be talking about how to use your story to get clear on your purpose, build your audience, and grow your brand. She's a really fantastic storyteller and good at translating it to our brands as well. So I think that's going to be a really great thing. So, well, this was really fun, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around and for sharing your favorite things with us. I was taking notes furiously. So, you know, hopefully you found some things that you love, and you know, certainly members post in the Facebook group anything that you try and you know how it worked for you and if it's a new favorite thing for you. Okay, so we will look forward to seeing you next month.
Okay.
Thank you.
So much.
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone, bye-bye.
Hey, Lisa, you want
Yeah.
to stay on for a minute? I stopped the recording.
Yep.
Can't get out of here. There
I have
we
a
go.
question for you guys, Lisa and Belinda.